When I was first diagnosed with the cancer, I feel really grateful for the fact that there was this contentment that entered my heart right away. And I felt fully at peace and satisfied with God's decree. And when I say these words, I can hardly believe it myself, because I was educated in a Western paradigm in which we're taught that the way that people go through the process of grief is that there's first denial, then there's negotiation, then there's anger, and somewhere way down the road you get to this idea of what we would call taslim, or acceptance. And not only acceptance, but contentment, which is rida. And I always thought to myself that if I were to receive, a diagnosis like the one that I received, that it would be that sort of process. And what's also really interesting to me is that as a chaplain, I saw in many instances that there were people who didn't go through that process. And I always looked at them with suspicion. I always wondered whether they were really, suppressing their true feelings, and whether they were just educated as Muslims to accept God's decree and were removing themselves from the reality of the situation. This is the way that I used to think about it, to be honest with you. But then when I was diagnosed, there was this contentment that Allah Ta'ala from the heavens filled in my heart. And I immediately felt this sense of gratitude that Allah Ta'ala had given me almost 40 years of life, and that these were blessed years of life, that there is so little to complain about, that there is so little that I asked for in life that I did not receive. There were so few struggles and sufferings and pain. And even the stuff that I had to go through that was difficult in the moment and time, later Allah Ta'ala would bring about something of a great relief in a way that I could never imagine.